Hey everyone, if you have been looking for a hope tree guide in the season 18, this is the right place. So we're going to go over every single tree node and why you should pick which one. So first off, it's not going to be much different compared to the previous one. So let's go ahead and start with it. The position blessing number 1 is going to be always left side unless you're playing PvP for the CC removal effects. In that case, it's fine. But I personally find this tree to be a bit disappointing than the silence one. And the reason why is because the silence, or actually the CC cleansing, happens after all of your relic cycles. So the issue with that is there's a bunch of heroes that actually trigger on the relic cycle. So for example, we go into the battle and you will see that all of my heroes will start triggering their ultimates after a telescope cast, which also additionally makes them cast ultimates. So here relic casts and now heroes do their ultimates. But the issue is if you have been silenced, you cannot do this. Your heroes will not do this. Therefore, the silence is much superior in my opinion compared to the CC cleansing. Because CC cleansing would still not proc, this is all of the hero ultimates doing their damages, their ultimates, whereas the enemy team would still be not being like able to do anything because they have been silenced. So only after all of the relics proc, that's when the cleansing happens. Therefore, in my opinion, the silence tree is far superior because it stops all of this from happening and the enemies will not be able to kill you in the first few rounds in the PvP, or actually in the first round way harder to kill you than the usual cleansing CC3. So yeah, I have been trying to do Palace of Penrose with only 4 heroes. That's my side project, but we will go back to that later. And yeah, that's my reasoning why I think the CC cleansing tree is slightly worse. I mean, it can work. I don't think it's a bad one. It's just a very different playstyle that I usually do. So if you're going for the PvE, you're always going to be going for the left side, and if you're going for the same tree that I am going for the PvP, you will also want to go for the left side. The first, or rather the third node is not that important, but it's very good later on. The most important one is getting your energy up so you can gain some of the attack it provides, and the same applies for the position blessing number 2. I don't think you will ever want to use the right side. The dodge is nice, but I don't think it's really necessary because we do have accuracy, which you can get in here if you do need, but it's not optional, and I'm going to explain why. So to have a insane energy start at the start of the battle, you need 3 left side positions to actually properly instantly trigger your silence. The silence is on position X and you will want full right side unless you're doing pure PvE without any single PvP contact. In that case, you can go left side and put your energy into the crit damage for all allies, which might help you, might not, I'm not sure. It's not that impactful because we already have massive increases in the crit damage anyways. So yeah, I'm going for the PvP, therefore I'm going for the right side. I will be maxing this out as soon as I can, and also this energy right here. So once you max this out, it becomes 60 energy to cast, and you can cast it instantly in the first and second and any kind of following battle, as long as you have 3 energy nodes on the left side and 2 energy nodes on the right side, which is where we come to the position blessing number 4 and position blessing number 5. So never actually played this Grace of Astrals. I think it's pretty bad. It's like Leviathan, but it only works on one hero. It wastes too much energy for what it actually provides, whereas Silence just stops all enemy heroes from using that ultimate that you would otherwise reflect. This is just a worse version of the Leviathan's reflect, and this right here is just Fortitude, which is very useless because any kind of execute counters that. So you will actually never play right side on the position blessing number 3, in my opinion, even though defense is not much of a better stat. At least I think it's better than whatever the Fortitude provides. Although you could arguably use accuracy rate for the allies in the right position, but as I mentioned, you need 3 left side nodes for the energy to instantly silence all of your enemies. So for the PvE players, you will want position blessing number 2 to go all the way to max attack increase. You need as much attack as possible, this one as well, but make sure you have enough energy to actually cover this. In the position blessing number 3, as I said, I usually go left side, but you could go right side for the accuracy rate in the PvP. But in my opinion, it's not needed. The accuracy is already pretty good, or at least was in the previous season because of accessories. We will see how that impacts the current season. And the right side is going for the damage reduction and the damage boost. you will want to max these two out and never go for the node 3. It's pretty bad and it will mess up with your silencing order, so you only want to have Grace of Astrals active for the silence and nothing else. There's a playstyle of having both Grace of Astrals and the cleansing tree. It's possible, it works, but it's not as good as before. But it's not as good as just having silence or cleansing, in my opinion, because at the start of the battle one of them feels like it glitches and doesn't actually activate, even though you could have energy for both of them. So I'm not sure how it actually works together. I have ran it for like 2 weeks and I wasn't really happy. So I went full on silence, and that tree is just best in my opinion, because as I said, it completely stops heroes like Arcane Dorbella, like Loki, or any kind of Eve hero that basically follows up on top of the relics on any kind of action that happens. This will not happen if the enemy is silenced. Therefore, I think the Grace of Astrals is just superior, and more superior than the CC cleansing, but the CC cleansing has its own benefits. For example, I believe it clears the Chronos Banish, it can clear your stuns, which silence can do. So yeah, overall it has its own benefits and the negatives, and I personally like the benefits of silence far more than I like them from the CC cleansing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's very simple. It's pretty similar to the previous hope tree. So it's going to be like this for everyone, apart from the PvP against PvE difference. In which case, if you're PvE, you will go left side in here instead of the right side. And that's pretty much the only difference between them. So position X, PvE players go left side, PvP players go right side. That's at least my playstyle. If you don't want to play on the silence, you don't have to. You can play on the CC cleansing, or you can actually play both, or you can actually experiment and play with the Leviathan Reflect, or any kind of hope tree that you like. But yeah, I personally found the silence working the best. That's pretty much it for the main hope tree, so let's go over it again. Position 1 is left side, position 2 is also left side, position 3 left side, only energy, don't go above the further nodes. It's pretty useless in my opinion and only worth doing after you're in like a late game, like week 6 and above. Position 4 right side, get your damage reductions for the PvP. Position 5 also right side, get your damage boost for both PvP and PvE. And then X position left side for the PvE, Rift Odyssey players, or any kind of CC buff removal, or any kind of boss damage boost, and the right side go for the PvP. As for the synergy mark, only get this once you're done with the main course, so if once you're maxed out with the Grace of Astrals, maxed out on the energy, the damage boosts, and everything like that in the position blessing number 2 and the node 3 for the attack increase. So it's good to actually have the synergy mark, but it's not that important. 200% stats is not all that big. When it comes to the Primeval Realm, it's just automatically done. Pretty much just buy the goods, give them to Albert, and you're done. It's not big of a deal. And when it comes to the season 3, it has been changed. So this effect right here, increase the attack, defense, and max HP of all allies by 300% effective only in chaotic space. So this before was the Tombs teams, now it's changed to match the chaotic space. Naturally, if you're not a PvP player, you will go all of the outside routes first, all of these nodes, to actually move in the Primeval Realm. If you're struggling in the chaotic space, definitely get these stats. I believe they will help you tremendously. And if you're a guild player, obviously get your guilds. Since it's first week, you have free resets, so you can just go ahead and max the dragons, go do the dragon war, and then reset this tree and do something else like the maximum number of teams in Clash, or anything else your guild requires to you. If you want to compete in World Arena, get yourself some World Arena stats, some foggy stats for the week 2. Like pretty much you're free to do as you want. If you're not struggling in the Primeval realm, you don't really have to worry about the outer nodes. But if you are, just get them. This is mainly for the newbies. But as I said, PvP players just focus on the middle and cycle your guild clash related free resets and just do them as needed. So yeah, that's it. That's the guide for the season 18 for the hope tree. Hopefully you have understood. To recap, position 1 left side, position 2 left side, position 3 left side only energy, position 4 right side, but mainly work on the energy first, later come back for the damage reduction. You don't need it in the PvE yet. Position blessing number 5 is going to be right side. You can go ahead and up your damage boost as well as energy like simultaneously. And then position blessing X, left side for the PvE, right side for the PvP. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next one.